Hey everyone, I've had several requests for instructions on how to make this very cool infinity card that I made a few days ago, just in time for Valentine's Day, so I thought I would give you a little bit of a tutorial. I found several videos on YouTube, but they were all quite confusing and went through many steps. So what I've tried to do here is to simplify it as much as possible. But of course, if you have any questions or it's confusing, please just get in touch with me. So here's what you're going to need. 4 sheets of square paper. I've used copy paper and also cardstock, which this is. Something like origami paper would probably be fine as well, but it just depends on how sturdy you want the card to be. I prefer the cardstock. You're going to need a bone folder because the folds have to be very crisp and very precise. A little pair of scissors and either a glue stick or some PVA glue or Elmer's glue. I prefer the liquid glue to the glue stick. It just seems to adhere better. So the first thing you want to do is fold each of your 4 pieces of paper in half one way. Give it a good crease. I like to fold it back on itself and crease the other way, and then in half the other way. And I'm being careful to be very precise about my edges and corners. This will matter later on. The card's not going to flip properly if the pages are touching one another. So you've got 4 squares, and then in one direction we're going to fold the 2 sides into the center. I like to flip it up a little bit like this so I get right up to the crease without going over. Again, very important. And then just do that on the other side so that you're going to end up with 8 rectangles. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then the next step is to cut the outer short edges of these rectangles thusly. And again, be careful to cut right on the line because you want those cuts to be precise. Okay. So you want to do that with all 4 of your sheets of paper, and then we'll come back for the next step. Okay, so we are back with all 4 pieces of paper folded and cut, and I'd like you to align them so that the cuts are at the top and the bottom. Take your first piece and fold the top right down, and then fold the bottom right up, and then push the left side behind the right side. Again, I like to give these creases a little extra oomph. So now you've got something that looks like this. We're going to do it with each sheet, so if you didn't get it the first time, here we go. Fold the top down on the right, fold the bottom up on the right, push the left-hand side behind it. Fold the top down, fold the bottom up, push the left-hand side behind it. Top down, bottom up, left-hand side behind it. Now here's the part that gets a little tricky, and it took me quite some time to noodle this one out. But let's start here. Take 2 of your squares and align them so that the fold here is on the outer edges. What we're going to do is put glue in this top square and this top square. And let me get a pencil so that I can actually show you where we're going to put the glue. So glue will go here, and glue will go here and here. Now take your other two squares, and I want you to just put one above these and one below, because this is the orientation that we're going to have them. So all of the places where they're folded in the middle are going to be facing out, and all of these loose edges come in toward the center. Okay. I'll use the glue stick for just some ease for right now. So I'm going to just put glue wherever I marked with an X. Of course, get it out to the edges real nicely. And now you're going to want to take this piece, flip it this way, and put it down on this top right corner, being very careful to align your edges. Okay. Then we're going to take the other side of it, align it to the left top square, and give it a good rub to make that glue adhere. Next, we're going to put glue on these other four rectangles. Again, try to get all the way to the edges. And then again, take your sheet where it's folded like this, just flip it and align it first to one square and next to the other square. What I like to do is make sure that when I'm looking at the center, I don't have anything overlapping, because that will hinder your card from flipping open and changing directions. So just going to stick my glue down on every side, and here comes the magic. Open it, open it, vertically and then horizontally. Did you see that sticking a little bit there? I didn't follow my own rules, and I have a little bit of overlap, so I'm just going to trim it off. No big deal, so that it'll open and close with ease. And there you go, your own infinity card.